Welcome back to the channel. I had been looking at Evergoods CAS 2 sling, their Civic Access sling, for a number of years. If you've seen the channel, you know that I have some reviews on some other slings, and I kind of like testing out different slings and what works for me in like a minimal carry. And the moons have aligned. Collaboration between Evergoods and Carryology, and this is the Kludde, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly, CAS 2 sling in Ultra sailcloth fabric. So the timing worked out perfect for me to be able to give this a shot. So first impressions is it seems extremely well built, and I wasn't sure what the sailcloth was going to feel like because I've never seen Ultra in person. I don't have any other bags that are in Ultra, and I wasn't sure, but I've always wanted to try it. And this, it feels great. So there's other videos out there that kind of walk through this very specific details, but I want to just kind of give you some of my initial impressions. You got big YKK zippers across the front with what looks like you know, the aqua sealed water resistant zippers on it. So you have what looks like the YKK 10 zippers on here. And then on the main back compartment, the thinner compartment, it looks like maybe YKK 8 zippers. So really solid. Let's get a good feel for the zip. Yeah, they're tight zippers. Oh, let me pull this out. I literally just unboxed this. And so the CAS 2 has one main large compartment in the front, and so it's 2 liters for the name CAS 2 that you can see is kind of almost like banana shaped, right? And so you can wear this either as a fanny pack or as a sling, forward and back. But it has one main large compartment in the front. You have looks like aluminum like key retention in there, which is really cool. But it's other than that, it's all completely wide open. You have your branding for the collaboration, the Carryology collaboration. I've supported a number of those collaborations, and I really enjoy the designs and the uniqueness of the texture. You have a patch here with the Kludde on it. It is a titanium look and feel. I'm not sure if it's aluminum or titanium, but it matches the bag itself, and each of the bags comes in 3 different colors that you could get during the drop. So the patches match the color of the bag. It's a black, and then there's one that is like a ghost, a white color with a red or orange liner on the inside that you can kind of see through, which is cool. They only made a very small amount of those. And then in the back kind of flatter compartment here, there is what appears to be a little bit of organization. So you have a couple of pockets here that they're not stretchy. And then you have I'll say, not hidden necessarily, but you have a zippered inner pocket that is wide open on one side. And then it also has some dividers in the zippered pocket too. So you can really kind of keep your stuff organized in there. But it seems like ample room for a sling. I really like, you know, Carryology, their 1.5 bag concept for carry. They also make the MPL, the Mountain Panel Loader 22 that came out in this drop. So they kind of came out with their, you know, kit, their collection, the CAS 2 being one of those. The MPL 22 is a little too small for my liking if I were to do 1.5 bag carry. I still personally prefer the GR2. The 34 liter GR2 from Go Ruck. You can see my other videos on that for kind of 1 bag carry, but I'm going to add this to the 1.5 bag carry because I like, number one, I like the material. I think it just looks cool. Then, so let me finish hitting some of this. So you have some breathable mesh, and this is kind of Evergoods' own style of how they do the breathable mesh. They have it on the backs of their actual slings as well as their backpacks. And then you have really nice attachment material here. They're not plastic. It's, I'm guessing, aluminum. I don't believe it's titanium. And then you have what a cobra buckle. but it's not made by the folks that make Cobra buckles. So I think they were calling it a Viper buckle, but again, aluminum, but a titanium look to match the bag. So that's really nice. And again, on the side versus in the middle, so you don't have straps flapping everywhere. And then you do have kind of a strap there, elastic kind of retainer that they use for retaining that flap so it isn't flipping all around. Some nice touches with the inner stitching on the sling to kind of make that pop so it's not just a plain gray sling or strap, but it is the seatbelt material type of strap. So let's kind of do a comparison with some of the other slings so you can understand like size and comparison of this if you may own some of the other slings that I own, and kind of see where that may fit in that range. But it is a good size with a 2 liter. I also picked up their flat pocket as part of this drop, and I think it's electric blue, which was really cool. I wanted to try one of these out also. So again, the timing was perfect, kind of unique also. And this has 2 zippered areas, one on the front, and they differentiate them by the colors of the pull tags, and they're kind of opposite end when they flip. And then you have inside just kind of a wide open storage area in there. Now the cool thing about this is that it's gusseted on the end. So as you can see at the top here, when you start to fill this up, it'll start to widen. That's probably about 1 inch thick. And then you can stand it up flat. So cool. And they made everything to be able to nest, with this collection. And I'm sure Evergoods thinks about this with all their designs, because they do kind of have some really thoughtful design items. This fits inside this, right? So you can match them up, right? And so, maybe you want to put extra cables on one side that you may have and be carrying, kind of use it as organization, or for your passports possibly. So let's look from above, and I'll compare this to a couple of other slings that I have, and you can get an idea for yourself. All right, so for comparison purposes, let me show you the CAS 2 compared to some other slings that I own, so you can kind of just get an idea of size and fit if you're wondering how big is this, how big is it going to be on my body, my frame. So we have the Alpaca Bravo Sling Mini and the VX. So similar in width. This one not as wide as this one. We've got the Eberly stock Bando sling. So similar kind of size also. They all look like they range very similar. You got a little bit of different depth to it and shape. And then we've got Go Dark's sling that you've seen a review on. And I really like, again, similar size, but I really like Go Dark's integrated Faraday bag that they have. That's something that I have. We'll be using a separate Faraday bag for this specifically. We'll tuck it in there and throw a phone in there if we need to. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at what this is on body, and you can kind of get an idea, again, frame and size of what that would look like on you. Fanny pack style first. It kind of, I like the, actually it's comfortable as a fanny pack. Okay, here it is in sling format. So a nice fit. I'm kind of curious to see how that breathable material is if you're carrying it across the front on a warm day and having a sweat ring, but I prefer to carry it on the front. I don't mind swinging it around to the back if necessary. But it's a good size, and the strap really adjusts and moves really nice. And again, that Viper buckle on the side is nice to be able to do kind of a quick release and take it off and stow it. So there it is, the Evergoods Carryology collaboration, the CAS 2. If you've been trying to kind of get your hands on a CAS 2 and wanted to see what it looks like, and you can find this version of it, I'd highly recommend taking a look at it with the Ultra fabric. And if you have any questions, drop them below in the comments, and I usually answer all the questions that people may have. So thanks for sticking around. Take care.